Chef. Chef is written and directed by Jon Favreau, and he's also the star. You'd of course remember Jon Favreau as the director of the first 2 Iron Man films. In fact, he was also Happy Hogan, Tony Stark's bodyguard. It's nice to see him do a smaller film like this, only like those films it has a very broad cast. Not only does it star Jon Favreau, but it also stars Sofia Vergara from Modern Family, Scarlett Johansson, John Leguizamo, Amy Sedaris has a quick scene, and Robert Downey Jr. pops in a cameo. The film is about Jon Favreau as a very successful chef who is pretty much stuck in a rut at the restaurant that he cooks at. After he gets a very scathing review from a food critic, he pretty much loses hope in himself and decides to rebuild his career by starting up a food truck. He also sees this food truck as an opportunity to bond with his son. And so he takes his son and his friend from work, played by John Leguizamo, with him on the food truck, and they travel across the country for a bit. I typically don't see this kind of movie, like a smaller film, but I'm actually glad that when I do, they really surprise me. I mean, not that I'm going in with really low expectations, but this one really, really surprised me. I've heard a lot of great things about it, but when I saw it, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun with it. It was really, really good. I mean, I didn't expect anything less from Jon Favreau, but this really surprised me by just how enjoyable it was. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this film was the performances and the writing. And all the performances felt really, really genuine. Going into this movie, you couldn't even tell they were performing or like giving a performance or acting, because it felt genuine. You didn't think that they were, reading lines off a cue card. It felt real. It felt genuine. You felt as if, these were real people. The 3 that really stood out for me were Sofia Vergara, John Leguizamo, and the kid that plays Jon Favreau's son in this movie. I can't remember his name, but that kid in this movie, he is phenomenal. And especially the scenes between him and Jon Favreau, they felt genuine. Again, if you had no idea this was a movie, you would think, oh yeah, they're father and son. The scenes between the two were so genuine and so filled with heart, and that's a huge credit to Favreau's directing and writing. The only person in this movie that I felt was giving a performance was Oliver Platt as the food critic that pretty much sends Favreau down this road. You felt like he was giving a performance. It didn't really feel that as genuine as everybody else. And I'm not trying to criticize Oliver Platt. He's a good actor. He just didn't really mesh well with everybody else. In fact, the movie was actually very, very quick. It felt like it went by very fast. And again, a huge credit to Favreau's writing and direction, because from the first scene, you're invested in his character's story, and I really enjoyed that. Also, what I've noticed with this film is that social media plays a huge, huge role in the story, especially with the fact that he's trying to get the word out about his food truck, and his son is very tech savvy, and he pretty much spreads the word for his dad's food truck through Twitter, Facebook, Vine, all those social media platforms. And it actually adds to the enjoyability of this movie. It's almost as if social media was like a separate character. And again, that's a huge, huge credit to Favreau's writing and direction. So again, with very, very good performances and with fantastic writing, brilliant direction, it really had me, the whole time, I had a smile on my face the whole time. And again, a huge, huge credit to Favreau's writing and direction. So there you go. That's my review of Chef. If you like what you saw here, then feel free to press the like button, add this video to your favorites, and maybe even subscribe if you want. So until next time, this is Marc Aquino saying, bon appetit!